Where do we go today?
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
Actually, you are
Not yet.
on the regular old street in Cairns. What happened last night?
Oh,
We're gonna have to redo that take and take two. What happened last night?
this bus isn't for us, right?
Like,
Are we literally supposed to get on a bus?
I don't know. I love this cinema verite we're getting here. We're gonna see lots of beautiful things. I see beautiful right now. So, there's a dog.
We're so easily distracted.
There's a bird. So, what was last night? Tell us about yesterday, because like the last thing we saw was the Unzoo.
Oh, so after the Unzoo, we drove to the airport, checked in for our flights, packed our bags, got on the flight, got on another flight.
This is the move it along symbol.
Landed, got a taxi, got dropped off at the wrong address by the taxi man who was like fussy with us.
It was a block away.
Oh my god.
Quarter block.
Finally, after pounding on the wrong gate, walked up, found the right gate, pounded on the right gate, got in. Then
Get to the good stuff.
Are you telling the story? You can tell the story.
Well, no one wants to hear all this.
And then after that, we discovered there was no key. Luckily, we called Jess, and she picked up on
Who's
the second
Jess?
Airbnb lady, and she
Yeah.
picked up on the second call. And so she was 20 minutes away, and she would come and let us in. So thank goodness she was like in town and responsive.
And then what?
She let us in, and we were like thinking we're gonna get axe murdered in a place that she left the key out, and somebody took the key. So now in the middle of the night, we're going to be killed in our sleep. In a
Was it
town.
clean and beautiful?
It was a bed, and I slept, and here we are. I mean, we only needed it to touch down. So
And what's our slogan?
Hmm?
What's our slogan?
I don't know what's our slogan.
What's the slogan?
Something about
Life isn't about
the storms.
waiting for the storms to end, Tara.
It's about dancing in the rain, baby.
It's about dancing in the rain. That's
We were
right.
dancing in that rain last night.
Dancing in that rain with no food. No, I drank
No
some.
waste bin.
Drank some port. No waste bin.
Terrible tasting water.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wah, our vacation is ruined. Hot. It was hot when we got there. Tara wants me to mention that it was really like humid, and then we thought it was going to be pretty brutal, like talking 85 and humid at night, and then the overhead fans did indeed work, and it got almost too cold, and I had to use the sheet. That's what Tara wanted.
Thank you.
Forms.
Pressure in the middle of the mask, not in the seal, like the plastic part, right in the middle. Tilt your head back and blow out with your nose. And the water is.
So what they've done is they've got into that skeleton. Okay, so instead of that skeleton, these guys have spikes or anchors. Now hold them in place, they will look a bit more like plants, but they are still animals. So
26, 127, 128, 129, 130.
Look at the stingray towel that they
Oh, I didn't even notice that that's what that was. Like, I thought it was just a mess.
Yeah, this luxurious fruit board that you can see we already sampled.
I don't think they could see that, but I ate grapes.
Beautiful ocean view.
We
can
do.
lay
We
in
have
the bed.
Actually, I'm just
and look
appreciating. We have
out
the
on
front.
ocean.
We have the front window.
Yeah, we can just look out on the beautiful ocean as we lay in the bed.
Why would we need to look at the beautiful ocean when we have you? It totally did the face framing when you did that. Yeah, there's another boat over there. We're really far out in the
Pretty
reef.
spacious, like pretty nice.
We rode on the other boat for like an hour
We have
and
a
change.
personal attendant named Sue who's gonna go give us a personal snorkeling
Sue.
tour now.
I think people are in the water. I think we're missing it. Let's go.
So let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
There's Tara out in the ocean with our buddy Sue. Wait, is that Tara? There she is, sorry. That's Tara. Very bright out, it's hard for me to see. Right in the center, that's Tara. And our buddy Sue following her. You can see it, but there's a reef right there. And there's another boat. It seems like what they do is they all kind of group up around good reefs. So there's a few people snorkeling off the back of that boat you can see there, which is exactly what we're doing. Our boat is bigger than that boat. It's a couple sizes, a couple levels or whatever you say. There's some gents just having a float. I think they work here. And then there's some buoys and some people out having a conference. And there's a glass bottom boat, but we didn't do that yet. And then there's another boat, like I said. So there's 3 of us here right now, kind of anchored at this spot. And they said after a little while, we're going to go move the boat. It's about 1 in the afternoon right now. And we're going to move to a different area. So I don't know if you can see it on video. Way in the distance, you can see land, but very faintly. I don't know if it shows on the video or not. It's very faint, even in real life. But over there is Cairns somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know which direction we came from. We've been floating here for a couple hours. We had burritos. It was great. We saw a giant clam just now in the water out there somewhere. I can't show it to you because I'm not taking my camera in the water, but it was amazing. Here's where we ate dinner, big deal. Okay, there's Tara. Isn't she pretty? All right, there's the sharks.
One of those pictures where it's like, what is that?
This is about 9 o'clock at night, and we're just looking off the 3rd level of the ship. And some people are, believe it or not, out there scuba diving right now, but we're not allowed to because no scuba. But there are sharks swimming right next to the boat, next to where everyone's snorkeling. And our guide Sue says that that's totally normal and safe, and I think she's crazy. I was hoping she was right here. Wait, where'd he go? I lost him. There's one. There's one.
But I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, I can see him.
It's really deep.
This is just like we're looking down about 3 stories. If you jumped, yeah, it's like about the 3rd roof of a house, like a flat roof. There's Tara again. And we are, I don't know in miles how far we are from the shore. It's way over there. You probably can't see anything. It's like in the very distance you can see faint mountains. We moved again since I filmed last. It was, we're further away from the shore I think now. But the cooks are throwing like the leftovers from dinner out into the sea, and it seems like the fish anticipate it because they came over to the boat and were swimming around. It seemed like before there was even any food. Yeah, that's what you think it is. It's a shark. They just threw some food in right there. There's the cook throwing food in right now. I guess not the cook, probably one of the cook's helpers. There's some more. This is called composting at sea.
Poster for the fish that we saw that were striped with the yellow lips.
Yeah, that's squid lips.
Sweet?
Yeah, squid
Oh,
lips.
okay. Sweet lips.
There's a plumped lips. Like,
There's one, you can see him faintly in the center of my viewfinder, or maybe.
So there are like a few different kinds of squid lips.
But
I think that one is
here it comes again.
Like cold, like banded yellow.
It's hard to possibly see him on the video, but I can see him in real life. I can spot him. He's kind of in the center there under the water.
Really bright.
Yep.
I want to make him nervous, so I'm not going to go down there. But so whenever anyone's swimming, you have to. There's a watcher, and they sit there, and you're not supposed to bother them. And they watch the water for any trouble. And the explicit instruction was like, don't bother the watcher. And they're like, I don't know, can't remember their exact term. The lookout. This is his jacket or her jacket. So these are people going scuba diving at night, and the sharks are just around the corner that I showed you. And surely out there in the water. I'm not allowed to scuba dive though because of my heart, so I'm not getting to do this. But these are just regular folks. In fact, we're making friends with some people, Chuck and Katrina, who live here in Australia, but we're from America. Group 4. They're going out there. I don't know if I see them down there. Sorry, I missed her. I didn't realize someone else was him. I always thought this guy was going first. There he goes. Man, I don't know if you can see it, but like way out there in the reef, there's like dim lights that we can see. You probably can't see it. It's like you can see where the groups of people are under the water, way far out there. But I don't know if you can see it. There, maybe right now you can see it. See that light? That's people under the water way out there. That's really far away from us. Like, relatively. It's probably about half a football field or more away. Seems far at night in the ocean. There's those fish. And where we saw those sharks. And turned the camera. And there's those people jumping in the water. And there's Tara. This is comical. I expected the hot tub would be like the hot item, but they honestly don't have it like all dolled up. You can see there's like tons of like industrial like boat equipment around it. And when I stuck my hand in earlier, it actually felt rather tepid at best. It didn't seem hot, so I guess it's maybe if you fire it up, it gets hot. But it doesn't seem appealing right now, especially when you spend the whole day in the water, because we took 3 snorkeling sessions earlier, and many people were diving as well. So like, that's the funny part. Like, maybe the hot tub loses the appeal when you're in the water all day. Like, I didn't expect this. It's like, we got a hot tub under the stars, but people would rather. Ten in the morning, final day. Just chilling before a snorkel. It's like our boat, but obviously not our boat. Now, give BBC 4 their interview. Tell us where we are today on your travel blog. Do it like one of your reality shows.
We are at Twin Peaks for snorkeling.
They need to hear you at home.
We are at Twin Peaks for snorkeling.
And do tell. British travelers, why would you want to come to this paradise among the waves? We're going snorkeling. Yeah. So we're leaving the boat pretty soon. Our Liveaboard is at an end. Well, we have one more snorkel for about 20 minutes coming up. Tara's napping on the upper deck. And I'm both sad and ready to go on with the trip. It's not a tragedy. It's a very first world issue, isn't it? It's the reef there. I think a lot of it is bleached, sadly, very sadly. But some of it's very colorful. We saw blue starfish. They're so blue and vivid that they look like cartoon characters or stuffed animals or something. And giant clams as big as perhaps the front of the old Yaris, like as big as half of my old Yaris. Really big clams underwater. They have very neon colored stripy lips, which is amazing. What else? Some of the reefs are deep where you can plunge down really far. We're not supposed to go down there. It's like the entrance. It smells like gasoline. And then all sorts of stuff on this boat to see, and in the reef. Today's the final day. Like I said, the third day we're on here. I slept in, which was glorious. Here's that hot tub. Drained, it appears. Maybe no one's using it. For perspective, that's our room right there, I believe. No, we're on the corner. We have the, well, maybe those are both our window. I can't remember. But yeah, we had really good accommodations here. And yeah, it was really nice. Here's where we saw those sharks and things in the video earlier. Today I don't see too much land. Very faintly off in that distance I can see some land, very faintly. We're gonna go back to Cairns tonight, get an Airbnb, and maybe hang out with our friends Katrina and Chuck, who we made friends with on this boat. Maybe go out for a little bit. It's another boat just like ours, called Reef Experience. Our tour guide, our concierge, Sue, told me earlier that a lot of the other boats are owned by one big conglomerate. She didn't exactly say who, but like have been bought up and maybe have different names, but are all owned by the same person, while Reef Encounter, our boat, is a family-owned boat, is what she said. So I'm going to believe her because I have no way to check that data. Sounds good. Walking by the kitchen.
No, 15. No.
All good? Am I good? He's loving this. This is gonna be like Katie dog. This is nothing.
Okay. I can't get yet.
Oh.
Oh, it's so weird.
It is very strange.
Sarah, give me a smile.
You're like nibbling.
Tell me when.
I've imagined an open wound in my skull. Yeah. In her
How long do we do it? How long do we do it?
She's like, I don't like it. No, that's good.
Take a deep breath.
Until they forget about us.
Take a deep breath.
They're getting all the like gunk off your feet. Ah! You're rash. Forestation Nature Park. We're here for the koalas primarily to fill Tara's requirement that she gets to hold a koala, but that doesn't open till 11, so we're in the zoo part right now, and I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get out of the glare. Like, there's a wombat sleeping with his legs in the air in here, but I can't quite get the shot. Oh, there. I put it right against the glass. I'm sorry, it's not a very good picture. That's a big snaggletooth wombat. Okay, let's pretend.
Why are they so furry when it's so hot? It seems like they shouldn't have fur.
Oh, maybe you need to talk to him about that. Oh, Bobby. It's really a treat. And I don't have a lot else on the schedule today, so we'll just give it a good hit. That's really small. Before we show it to you, this is Jack the Ripper, if you want to look him up at the Rainforest Station Park. But he was born in 1950. He is big, and here he is. There's Tara for perspective. There's the frickin' croc. I don't know if I've seen a croc of this size ever. We saw some, I guess, crocodiles in Brazil last year. Were they crocodiles in Brazil, Tara? Was it alligators or crocodiles? We don't know because we're ignorant. But, dude, he's tip to tail. He's 1.5 of me from what I can guess, what I see here. Looks like that's a photo of feeding time. I don't know if we're gonna get to see that. He was looking at Tara.
That's a blue-tongued lizard.
Blue-tongued lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Over here we have a water monitor. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny lizard. Apparently ballsy. He's hanging out with the big lizards. Some more crocs. Not nearly as big as the guy we just showed you. These guys aren't even as tall as me. Big deal. I could fight 3 of them at once. Just having breakfast. Ptericus claviticus in the wild state, always searching for food, never satisfied. The Ptericus takes a break to take a snap. Pet him. He wants love. I'm trying to take your picture. Are they mad at you? Cassowary. He's like peeking through the sheet. It's pretty far away from us. He's really big. Looks like. A sleeping dingo. It says that Aboriginal people use them as companions just like we do dogs.
But they were brought to the island. They're not indigenous, right?
I'm not sure. They hunt and slept together and lived together, and were pretty much like dogs to us from what it says on the card. There's another one sleeping. Sleepy time of the day for the dingoes. Good. Just gave this guy a little snack. Hi. Hi, Ruby. That's all. There's one little piece down here I dropped. There's one little piece down here I dropped.
There's a baby?
I don't know. Hi, buddy. Sorry. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Sorry, I ran out of food. We have a little more, but we're going to share it with your buddies. He's kind of a small one. He's bigger than Hello, but he's not big by... Hi, Dingo.
Look at your skinny belly. Look at all the banging. Are you? I think you're the girl. Are you a little girl?
Dingo.
Yes.
Wild dingo.
You gonna hunt a lizard?
Basically, they're dogs. I mean, like, that's weird. It's like I always thought it was some other weird animal. I never looked up a picture of what they look like, but no, they're dogs. The sign says wild dogs introduced perhaps 5,000 years ago by Asian traders brought to Australia. So they're not native, but they're like, they broke off into their own packs and breeding, and so now they're a species, I guess. Water python.
Blue, like he's like. So
Dude, he's freaky looking. You do not want to encounter him in the water.
He looks blind.
The central bearded dragon. They live in Australia, in the shrublands. It sleeps standing up. It eats mostly vegetarian, it says, but it also eats insects and other lizards that if they catch them. There he is. Now he's sort of awake, I think. Sorry about the glare.
So I think he can use his tail to stand up to look around if he needs to.
Yellow spotted monitor.
Special.
The monitor is
Are you
coming.
feeling?
The monitor.
Look at his tongue.
The monitor is on the move.
Look at his tongue.
I see it.
There you go, buddy. Did you see a snack? Or are you just bothering me?
The monitor is coming to get me.
You ever turn with something, maybe? There you go. That's what happens.
No, stretch it out, buddy. Check it out. There's the tail and the foot sticking out of her pouch. Oh yeah, and here's Tara just like giving a scratch.
Little plastic,
Where we are.
We are on Cook's Highway, is that correct?
Yeah, Captain Cook's Highway.
And we have figured out, we believe, that the fields beside us, if you can see that, are sugarcane fields.
Panorama.
And there's mountains, and you can't see it at this time, but the ocean's like right over there, and it's really beautiful.
We're on the like coast of Australia, heading north from Cairns. We're about 20 miles, whatever kilometers that is, 40 kilometers north of Cairns, I'd say now, heading to Mossman Gorge on Highway 44, aka Captain Cook Highway. Alright, just wanted to get a picture of that, so there's some context of traveling.
These are these little tiny cargo trains. We think that maybe have something to do with the sugar cane, but it's like a little tiny.
Mossman Gorge. We're gonna go for about an hour and a half hike here. Maybe take a jet when we're done. On our way to Cape Tribulation. Look at that. Is that a nest or what is that? It's a fern? That's crazy talk. The size of this hopefully comes through, but this tree is really big and strange. Like, that arch is much taller than me that you're looking at. That's a tree, all right. Mossman Gorge Rainforest track. About a 1.5 hour walk, so it's nothing compared to some of the stuff we've done. But a very nice hot. It's a bit humid, not unbearably, but it's, you know, a little bit wet. It certainly isn't like, oh my god, but it's a little warm. Air temperature is probably only like 80 at best. But the humidity is definitely here rainforest style, even though a lot of this doesn't look totally rainforest feel. Shaky bridge. Bounces for sure. It's a small suspension bridge across this river. I think we're going to take a dip in this river now.
Please bear next left.
What was the radio station?
I don't know.
It said Cape Daintree radio station.
Follow the road for 11 kilometers.
So do you tell the audience what we're doing?
We're going on a ferry. Straight ahead, he said. Slow down, buddy.
Oh, we almost got the best spot. What if he gets mad if you try to pull over and... We're on the Daintree Ferry, crossing the Daintree River, going up to Cape Trib. Very slowly. It's like the lanyard. That's. We rode the car, and now we're gonna ride the horses. Hey, buddy.
This guy's cool too. On my email, I couldn't attach it to an email. Upload it.
We're getting our dog circuit love for the day.
Like this now.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Where we've got a window of opportunity here.
a fast date.
This is Oscar.
My horse is AAA. What's your horse's? Oh, my guy's going.
That's AAA. This is Duke.
Duke? Yeah, you have Duke. He's really trying to get close to you, though. Mom never let me ride a horse. Now I'm achieving a dream. Just a pleasure ride through the country. The horses are very well behaved. They simply follow in line mostly. I have barely had to correct my guy, and I don't even know if I needed to. He's sort of trying to pass Tara once or twice a little bit, but they said we shouldn't do that. We should stay in line because otherwise they'll bicker with each other for position. And they are very well trained. They all kind of just go in order.
Oh. Don't tell. You didn't hear that, right, honey?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Good, good.
What?
What's happened? We're beside water.
Woo! That's the movie you pay for. Can you wave to me, Tara? Boss.
What are you doing? You get up there. Don't bite my friend. Do it.
This is fun. For the north. What is it?
I should have sat up more. I was like moving forward.
Where are we, Tara?
Where does swimming Emmett's swimming pool?
Emmett's or Emmett's with an E. It's a swimming hole. It's free of crocs is the word, so you can come here and swim, which is not the case everywhere around here. Just swim about and sat in the water for about half an hour. It's about 20-minute walk from the car. There's like a path from the end of the road. We're at the end of the road. If you want to look at a map, Cape Tribulation, like where the road ends going north, and it's only 4x4s past here and tours, which we can't do obviously. So we are at the end of the road going north from Cairns, like pretty much period, geographically the end of the road.
Hot even.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
It is very, well, we're very shallow. We're afraid to go swimming here because of croc, possibly. We're a little far from the croc sanctuary, but stingers is a real worry. They have a sign about vinegar. I took a still shot of it, and I can put it in the video here, of vinegar that you take if you get stung or put on your wound because it's so serious. So swimming with netted beaches is a thing here, as in some other places we've heard of or visited, that the beach actually has a net in the water. And when you've seen pictures of us, if we haven't explained it or you haven't watched the video, when we were snorkeling on the boat, we were optionally allowed or encouraged to wear stinger suits. Those blue things we were wearing are for protection against jellyfish. They're very thin, flimsy even, but apparently it helps. Wide open beach here. I'm not sure, what was the name of this beach?
Mile?
I don't know. We're like a mile north of Cape Trib. Okay.
Neil?
Possibly Mile Beach. We're not sure. We just kind of turned down a road to find a beach. So you can see Australia has that. Mile north of Cape Trib or less. Beautiful, right? So I don't know if you can see it, but I think those are tendrils or whatever you would call them, tentacles of stranded jellyfish. They're all over the place. They're very clearly something. Really scientific of me, but I think it's the remains or shedded tentacles or just dead jellyfish. They're everywhere on this beach. So yeah, we're not. Tara doesn't know if she thinks it's jellyfish, but I don't know what else it could be. The beach is covered in these little pebbles. It looks like somebody's digging. Sorry, the viewfinder is a little hard to see if it's not a good shot. It's so sunny. So we've been here 2 days. We just got done with a snorkeling tour, which we don't have video of because it was a snorkeling tour to the reef. Just a day trip for the morning. Got back around noon or 1, and now I want to show you where we've been staying here in Cape Tribulation, a wacky little town. Everyone kind of says how maybe it was sort of founded by hippies or kooky people live up here. Kind of no service zone, as one guy put it. This is the treehouse where we've been staying. It's one of a kind in the town even, just known as the treehouse. Found out about reading online. And as you can see, it is a house up in a, quote, tree. It took me, because I'm naive, a little bit to realize it. I do not believe this is a real tree. This is a cement tree. It's probably the foundations that were built to support the house. Someone created a sculpture around the house. Or if you dig, they built a house and then made it look like trees supporting it. This is the downstairs. We didn't really use this much. We didn't use this part. These are stone couches. That's real. There's the gas that powers things inside the treehouse. There is light down here for when we need to use the restroom, which I will show you. But those are the supports for the house that we've been living in. I am obviously on ground floor. This is a rainforest, and the rainforest in this area is 150 million years old. We were told it's the oldest it's virgin. Yeah, it's virgin rainforest. Tara's upstairs. She can hear me. You'll see why. This is the outdoor shower. So you shower with nature. It's very California. Waterworks and everything. I won't bother wasting time to show you. But yeah, it's pretty neat. The water just drains on the floor and out into the forest. That's how it goes. Toothpaste and all. It's pretty funny. The first time you use it, you think there's something wrong, and then you realize, oh no, the water just is draining. So we're going to walk back this way. Up the stairs. Everything's sculpted. There's sculptures in the woods. I don't even know if I'm going to have a chance to film to show you. Whoever owned this before, it was recently sold to the new owner, but they were some mad sculptor who just designed this whole place like to be kind of like little and big works of art. Like everywhere you turn, there's little touches. There's this side, but now we'll turn and go in. Here's our house. There's the lovely Tara walking around. And so it's sort of like a giant octagon or something like that. There she is, sitting on her indoor hammock. There are 2 of them, but one is only up right now. So it is open indeed. You see it's open. The door shuts, which we do at night for whatever reason. Tara saw a possum out on the landing last night. She thinks. And there's our stove. It works, it's gas. That's our fridge. It is powered. It's very small, but we're only here for a couple days, and we managed to fill it all the way because Tara's here. That's our side cooler just to keep food in. That's dry and, keep it away from the animals, because Tara didn't believe it, but I think she's come around to realizing I wasn't kidding. There are animals in here at night. because the windows are open. That deck is wide open. There's nothing. There's screens you see you could put down, but if an animal wanted to come through, it's just a screen. I mean, it's not worth it, was our experience. Like, why? It was very freaky the first night because I could hear things walking around in here. I don't know if they were birds, mammals. I don't know. There's our bed. Mosquito net, which we've been putting down, but there aren't really any bugs here because you know why I know that? Because Tara would be talking about it all the time, and I haven't heard about her getting bit by bugs. But we use the mosquito net regardless. There are things in this cabin. I'd say medium to small mammals or birds or large insects that make noise walking, but you hear them at night. I'm not kidding. I wake up and hear them. I'll show you the deck quickly. There's also a loft, which is really like unfurnished, and Tara's using the stairs to the loft as her closet right now. I will step over them. We haven't even been up here. There's 2 mattresses here for kids, as he put it. If kids wanted to sleep up here or somebody came, had a bigger group, you could use this. It's not really our speed. So let's see if I can get down from here. Edit that out. So our deck, we haven't really been sitting out here. We've been mainly either out doing adventures. We were told we just throw our food scraps out into the woods and something will get it. Although I have a little suspicion that there's another stone couch in the woods. I didn't even know that was there. I have a suspicion it's not the greatest idea if we want to keep animals from coming up into our cabin, but that's what the new owner told us. That's what Tara's been doing. The final thing to show you is the bathroom. Here we go. So you saw downstairs this sink and this shower, but you're thinking, where do they go to the bathroom? Well, we do have a compost toilet. It goes down into the ground, and it's got worms and stuff way down in there. Even has a urinal for the men in the group. And yeah, that's it. It's very small, very serviceable. Works just fine. You just don't flush it. Just goes down in there, and bugs take care of whatever. Magic of nature. So that's it. That's the treehouse. Tara, anything to say?
Good job, babe.
So yeah, following second day, full day here in Cape Trib, we went to, as I said earlier, the morning snorkel on the reef, and the reef was really good. We saw a field of clams, underwater giant clams, neon lips. Unbelievable. Saw 2 sea turtles. Tara saw 3. She would want me to mention. She's right here, reading her book, her electronic book about vampires. Highfalutin stuff here. Beach reading on the beach we visited yesterday, and I think we filmed. But Cape Trib, we've not exhausted, but we've done a lot of the things that are official that you do when you come here. There's a few more things we could squeeze out, but we leave tomorrow morning bright and early for a flight down to Cairns, and then a drive to the prom. We're going to the prom together, Tara. You know how that always turns out. Drunk and puking. All right. Here's what it looks like. Check this out. I walked all the way down the beach from where me and Tara were sitting, really far down, like as far as you could see in the shots I took. These little trees are here. I'm not going to go any further because it looks like a place where the infamous crocs could lurk. It's a very wet, kind of secluded estuary type place. So I'm going to get the heck out of here and walk back to Tara. Check it out, how the roots for this tree are coming out of the sand, literally up into the air. Isn't that rad? Nature, man. It's weird. They're all doing it. Tara's so far back you're not going to be able to see her. She's sort of in the center of the viewfinder right now. Far back there. I can't even quite see the viewfinder well, it's too bright. She's back there. I can see her with my eye, just barely.
Telling you not to worry about the future. Telling you not to worry about the torture. Telling you you will never see the horror. Keep on today and we'll build it tomorrow. 3 pieces of bag of counts in the horror. Wall Street crowd will never send you to the summer. Telling all the children in
PK's
the
bar, the main thing in town.
homicide bomber.